Good morning, everyone. We are going to be looking to start fights in 10 to 15 minutes, so be ready. The bracket will be available soon, and I'll let you know the link to find the bracket when it's ready. Good morning, everyone. The first fight is going to be Percussive Maintenance 4 versus Iceberg. Percussive Maintenance 4 and Iceberg.
Testing.
After that, we'll have Rented for the Roboteur's Pleasure and Duckling.
You could hear it. Yeah. I was just doing a very quiet one.
Hello, and welcome to... It's Steel City Antweight Robot is. Oh shoot, yeah, you're right. I got the name wrong. It's Steel City Robots. I know.
Testing, 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Should it you? Right. Sorry. Just as a quick safety thing, if you have spinners, well, actually, even if you have like really aggressive flippers, would be a pretty good thing. When you finish the fight, put your transmitter on the top of the arena, because we've had a few recent incidents where people have cradled their transmitters and throttled up the robot. So please put your transmitters on the top of the arena before going in and reaching for your robot, okay? And only pick up your own robot, okay? Just, thank you, appreciate it.
Are we all right over there? Looks like Iceberg's having some trouble spinning up. I know. Do we need to move to the next fight?
Having some ding up issues from Iceberg.
Okay, Roboteers, are we ready? Yeah. All right. 2, 1.
Activate. Okay, that's Iceberg going in very quickly now and edging up to Percussive Maintenance 4. Percussive Maintenance not using... Oh, and that's the first whack from Percussive Maintenance getting into the side there. Iceberg pinning it to the wall. It's not managing to get out, and that is a decisive win to Iceberg.
Rented for the Roboteer's Pleasure, and Duckling.
In the far side of the arena, we have Duckling, and on the close side, we have the Renters for the Roboteer's Pleasure. Are you ready, Roboteers?
3, 2,
2, 1,
fight.
activate. Rented for the Roboteer's Pleasure appears to be attempting to capture Duckling. Duckling having some good attempts at getting away from and outside of Rented. Rented being pushed onto its side. That heavy thwack there seems to be causing some issues in drive. It's a little front heavy, but both robots seem to be very evenly matched on their drive. But can they manage to push the fight out of the corners and towards the pits? I think that'll be the deciding factor in this fight. Oh, and that is Rented upside down. Duckling, can they leverage this? The countdown has begun. Countdown,
7,
we're at 7,
6,
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Duckling is your winner.
And that is a very clear win to Duckling. I think ultimately their Rented weapon caused a few issues.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, you know, you got to comment on the thing.
That's me.
Okay. If you're wanting to find out the fights, rmpg.ly/scar.
Rumpage.
Yeah, I need to be. I'm struggling to get internet connection to even put the winners in right now.
No, it's fine.
Do I do? The next fight, Sorcon versus Expanderbot. That's me.
Yep. So next up we have Sorcon versus Expandabot. Could Sorcon and Expandabot please make their way to the battle arena? That is Sorcon and Expandabot. Unfortunately, we're having issues with one of our teams, which has meant that we've pulled forward Expandabot's and Sorcon's fight in this next upcoming round. This will be interesting. Sorcon has a very powerful overhead spinner, whereas Expandabot seems to be pitted into a position where it may be able to deflect. Roboteers, are you ready? Then 3, 2, 1, activate. Sorcon spinning up very rapidly and instantly taking a hit out of Expandabot. Expandabot's lost its left-hand expanderal thing and is attempting to get Sorcon out of the side of the arena. Sorcon holding up very well here. Of course, that's a TPU frame, which will mean that it defends very well against this thing's Expandabot taking damage to its right-hand mandible. This is certainly an interesting fight currently, but that forward metal, it appears, lifter on Expandabot is definitely doing a reasonable amount of defense against Sorcon's spinning blade. The real question here is, can Expandabot manage to get Sorcon out of the way, and can Sorcon not destroy the arena in the meantime? Oh, and that is a large chunk of something, and Expandabot is now ripped to shreds, but that forward lifter is still working. This is quite a degree of restraint here coming from Expander. Oh, both robots nearly out into mid. Oh, and that's the win to Expandabot. A very, very close fight indeed. So, while our technical team clear up the arena, can Self-Destructor and Croc please prepare themselves for fight? Dave's still preparing his robots, so that is Self-Destructor and Croc, if you could please prepare yourselves to fight. Again, that is Self-Destructor and Croc, if you could please make your way to the battle box. Okay. So, next up, in the right-hand side of the arena, now coming towards the close side of the arena, we have Croc versus, on the far side of the arena, the Self-Destructor. Roboteers, are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, Croc immediately out of the arena and over to Self-Destructor. To rev up, but now Self-Destructor's revving up. We get to see and a very rapid win to Self-Destruct, Croc even.
The winner is Croc. The next fight, please. Stack Overflow and Spotty Botty. Yep, in the arena now, we have Spotty Botty. 2 grabbers. This will be a fun one. 3, 2, 1, fight.
That is Spotty Botty immediately coming in and trying to, taking the grab on Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow does not appear to be using much of its grabbing mechanism yet, but we wait until we could see any kind of play from there. This is going to be a very technical round as both robots are attempting to eye up their opponent before managing to get a solid grab. This is the sort of thing that you often see with this kind of play style, and as you can see, both of them are keeping their distance. Definitely a very tactical round, trying to line. Oh, that was the grab from Botty there, and we got to see a little bit of Stack Overflow's actuator in motion there, but neither of them managed to pull it off. Spotty Botty has got another grab on Stack Overflow. Can they leverage this and use it to pull Stack Overflow out? Of course, I'm beginning to see here that Spotty Botty has some traction issues once it's managed to grab its opponent. This does not seem to be going well, and Spotty Botty is upside down. Can Stack Overflow use this to its advantage? Spotty Botty not managing to get the right way up. Stack Overflow attempting to use this, leverage it from the side, going from the front there, but just drifting underneath Spotty Botty. Spotty Botty going in for another grab. This is the 3rd grab of the fight. I've been fighting for about 1 minute and a quarter now, and it's both very even. Oh, and that is a clear aggression, I think, there. We'll go to, it looks like Spotty Botty.
And your winner is Spotty Botty. Your next fight is Stewie versus Delta V.
That is Stewie and Delta V to the battle box, please.
We have Stewie, the lifter, and Delta V, the vertical spinner, in the box for this fight. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, fight.
And that was a very quick spin up from Delta V there. Whoa!
Incredible flip out by Delta V.
Immediate victory to Delta V.
The next fight we'll be running will be Psycho and Peekaboo. Psycho and Peekaboo to the arena, please. So we have the vicious egg beater spinner of Psycho in the arena waiting for his opponent. I've fought this thing before. It is nasty. It is nasty.
And here we have Peekaboo aligning, preparing itself for combat.
He's even got a locking bar. So safe. They drive to their corners. Now, Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, fight!
We had a, oh, hang on. I would like to not be blinded today. Resetting the fight countdown.
So, can you stand on the...
Oh. Okay. Roboteers, are you ready? Yes, yeah, good.
3, 2, 1, fight!
And that's Psycho spinning up and taking a large chunk out of the front of Peekaboo. Peekaboo bouncing around the arena here just on its left-hand wheel. This is certainly an interesting and very dynamic fight at this point. Oh, and that is Peekaboo being jumped back again. Gus was not lying when he said Psycho's spinner was certainly doing a lot of damage, but not quite managing to get Peekaboo out of the arena. Peekaboo now limping around on what appears to be mostly its right wheel. Meanwhile, Psycho spins up, and Psycho gets a flip. Arena, that is a very decisive win to Psycho. The next fight up, we should have Baphomet versus Danger Cone. That is Baphomet versus Danger Cone. This is going to be an interesting fight. Baphomet, of course, named spawn of hell itself. And Danger Cone kind of looking like it. Just a giant old cone with a big spinning blade on the top. So get prepared for some heavy damage this round. Now, I've actually seen Danger Cone fly. So, we'll see whether or not we get to see that today. Okay, so in the close side we have Baphomet, and in the far side we have Danger Cone. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, fight! It's Danger Cone spinning up, and Baphomet spinning up a little fast, but not managing to capitalize on that. Danger Cone's spinning blade, of course, a very, very potent weapon, but I'm noticing oh, Danger Cone slowed down for a bit, but didn't manage to permanently stop. Baphomet trying to push Danger Cone before it can... Whoa! And we got some sparks coming out of the side of the arena there. Danger Cone at the edge, and that is a very decisive win to Baphomet. I believe next up we'll have Every Builder's Worst Nightmare. That is Every Builder's Worst Nightmare and Gordon. Gordon, to the battle box, please. Gordon, they're waiting for you in the chamber.
So we have every builder's worst nightmare and Gordon in the box. Gordon, the huge horizontal overhead spinner. And every builder's worst nightmare, which is seemingly immortal from what I know.
Hey, Roboteers, are you feeling ready? No response. Roboteers, are you ready? We have a ready from the Roboteers.
They're ready.
Three,
2, 1, fight!
That's Gordon spinning up. Meanwhile, every builder's worst nightmare gets close, and that's a very... Oh, we got a lot of gyro dancing from Gordon here. Not quite managing. Oh, and hitting the wall, bouncing around the arena. I think what Gus is saying is coming true. Every builder's worst nightmare does... Oh, and I spoke too soon! I spoke too soon. Every builder's worst... And that is the win. The win to Gordon. Every builder's worst nightmare has forfeited.
I must have cursed it by saying it was immortal.
Yep.
Although it is still moving.
It's not quite dead. Okay, next up, we'll have Ramstein versus Predator. That is Ramstein and Predator. Please make your way to the battle box. This will be a very interesting fight. For those of you who haven't seen Predator, you're in for a fun time. Meanwhile, of course, Ramstein is a very practiced robot. Okay, Roboteers, are you ready? Excellent.
3, 2, 1, fight!
And there we have immediately Predator opening up. And that
Oh no!
was an instant. Was there contact there? No contact. No contact in that particular fight, so we'll be resetting to the beginning. We'll probably do a recount in on that one. Unfortunately, Predator didn't get to use its surprise maneuver in some sort of last-ditch shock turn of events. Okay, Roboteers, you re-ready? Yes? Good. Nice.
3,
2,
1, fight!
Both robots approaching each other with a little more caution this time, not trying to not drive out. Predator has a lot of control over this box and is just about looking like it's going to get Ramstein out, but not quite. Ramstein now pushing Predator over backwards and trying to capitalize on that. Now underneath Predator not quite able to use that drift, but now it's got its under scoop in the correct location. And that appears to be the win to Predator. Definite aggression there.
Next up, we'll have PLAST is a perfectly legitimate choice of material, and Croc, the longest and shortest names here.
Why do you
They
name
might
them
be.
these ways?
And there's a the incredible mechanism drive of PLA, unlike anything else in the class.
Now, of course, we've already seen Croc fight once today, so this will be quite an interesting match because I think Croc had quite a strong degree of control in that last fight that we saw, whereas, of course, PLA is designed for control. What do you think? We have a lot of Mecanum Wheel fans here today. Everybody's hyped. There's a slight disagreement here among the organizers. Croc has, of course, already fought once. But it looks like we're going to be going ahead anyway, perhaps. Oh, we'll be skipping. We'll be skipping. We're skipping that other fight. You Macaunan fans will have to wait. Next up, we have Pony Kit and Baby Boomer. That is Pony Kit and Baby Boomer. Please make your way to the battle box with your robots in tow.
Pony Kit is, of course, a play on the Donkey Kit, available now from orobotics.com.
This competition brought to you by orobotics.com. Seems one half of Pony Kit is having some assemblage prior to the fight. How are the fighters feeling? Good? It appears to be the batteries in Pony Kit that are causing some issue.
Okay, Roboteers, are we ready?
We have, of course, Pony Kit in the far there, that cluster bot, and Baby Boomer closer to the camera.
Three, two, one, fight.
Oh, that was a very quick exit from one half of Pony Kit. Meanwhile, Baby Boomer trying to get in and I think flip the other half, which appears to be moving a little slower. That's a moderately slow lifter. This appears to be more of a control robot for Baby Boomer here. Pony Kit having a sort of flail about kind of approach. Oh, and Baby Boomer now saving one half of Pony Kit from the edge, but not quite managing to get it out. The two halves of Pony Kit are definitely spinning around, moving in a sort of very sporadic manner. Not sure if this is strategy on their part or sort of discontrolled stick mashing of the controller. Meanwhile, Baby Boomer is attempting to go around cleaning them up, but it appears to be a difficult task analogous to herding cats. This is definitely taking a toll on the precision of the driver. Very, very intensely focused on trying to move at least one part of Pony Kit over to the bot. Meanwhile, one of Pony Kit is now spinning around in circles on its back. I'm not sure if that's... oh, and that's one half of Pony Kit out. It's defeated half of its opponent, now going on for the other half here. Is this a methodical destruction, or is he just waiting for one of them to drive off? Meanwhile, the lifter of Baby Boomer, we're hearing some threats from Pony Kit here. This kind of feels like I'm watching somebody screaming into the wind from Pony Kit. And oh, that was almost a push off from Baby Boomer there of Pony Kit. But Pony Kit still standing its own. I think this is now going to be the longest fight that we've had so far of this arena. This, of course, is one of the benefits of having a cluster bot. It makes you notoriously difficult to get pushed out of the arena, and it can really pull on the fights. Baby Boomer here trying everything it can, but of course it would appear that pony kit is mostly keeping the fights into those walled areas of the arena. That's an admission of complete lack of control from one of the drivers of Pony Kit there. Oh, we almost had a push, but I think the reverse motion from Baby Boomer was causing an issue. And that is the win to Baby Boomer. Very nice controlled win from them there.
Okay, next up we'll have PLA and whoever PLA was supposed to fight before. Croc.
That is the robot with PLA at the beginning and the stupidly long name. And Croc to the arena, please. That's right, you Meccanum fans. We've got the Meccanum robot here. Whoa. The camcorders come out. Everybody's hyped. Croc and PLA-ST is a perfectly reasonable choice of materials, or some name like that. Croc comes into the arena. Of course, as I was saying previously, this will be interesting, as Croc, I think, was showing themselves as quite a controlled driver in the last fight, whereas PLA is designed to be a highly controlled vehicle. So we'll see how they stack up against each other. Roboteers, are you ready? Excellent.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Fight. And that's PLA moving very slowly into Croc. Croc attempting to get some kind of grab or flip. Meanwhile, PLA attempting to use that those Meccanum wheels to side straddle against and around the side of Croc. Appears to be utilizing it quite well here, as does not appear to be falling into the jaws of Croc. Massively easy here, but is also not able to get a solid lift on Croc so far. Of course, we are in the formative part of this match. Both robots are fairly control-based, which means that they'll be spending a lot of time eyeing each other up for, I suppose, the first 30 seconds of the fight before they really begin to do any real strategic plays. It would appear Croc is beginning to get into that phase now, going for some fast, quick pushes to try and capitalize on its speed discrepancy between PLA, whereas PLA here is attempting to side straddle Croc. Oh, very close to the edges, but not quite falling in. Croc there attempting to use everything it's got to its advantage to capture PLA, but PLA is just sidestepping these moves. Oh, but a very solid shunt from Croc there into the corner, but not quite the pit that I would imagine they'd have liked to have got it into. PLA definitely just running rings sort of on the leftward side around Croc. Croc now upside down, but very quickly back up the right way. The dynamic here is very interesting between the speed differences, but the agility as well as between these two robots. PLA attempting to get a flip, but not quite getting the power out of it. Both robots very close to the edge there. I think that perhaps PLA might have a more of a disadvantage when reaching the edge due to those Meccanum wheels being slightly more drifty on the left and right. Croc, on the other hand, of course, can't really make any sidesteps, so if they start to drift towards the edge, they really can only go in one direction, so that'll be interesting in seeing how that plays out. PLA attempting to get its forks underneath Croc here quite a bit, but not really managing to flip it. I'm not sure if that's a power thing on PLA's lifter's part, or, oh! In the end, I think that was the drift on PLA, just moving it into the pits, and the win goes to Croc.
What a control bot fight. That was fun to watch.
That was a very, very nice fight for two control bots there.
Next, we'll have Gordon versus You Can Shove Your 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine. Sorry, parents. In the box now we have Gordon, the overhead spinner that we've already seen today, and you can shove your 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine. Are we ready?
Having a little bit of pre-fight controller jiggling. Both robots moving.
There's no spinning action.
Does this mean the spinner on Gordon is inoperable?
5 minutes, we can give you 5 minutes, yes.
Okay, we'll be cycling out this fight while Gordon attempts to repair either the spinner or the whole robot, not entirely certain.
In their place, we will have Petrify and Measure Once, Cut Twice.
That is Petrify and Measure Once, Cut Twice. If you could please make your way to the battle box.
Very good sounds from Measure Once, Cut Twice. Does it spin? Gives a spin.
Hey!
It spins. This is another hammer saw. Okay, Roboteers, are we ready? Three, two, one, fight.
Oh, that was a very quick exit from inside of the arena from Petrify there. Now, despite the fact that Measure Once, Cut Twice is an overhead oh! Whoa, I did not even get to finish my sentence there. That was a very clear win to Petrify.
Next to the arena, can we have GNC and Flippy, please? Flippy is a robot that's loaded with lots of surprises for its opponent. GNC, the combination grabber lifter. Roboteers, are we ready?
We hearing a ready there?
Yep.
Yep, good, nice.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Flippy very quickly heading over to GNC. GNC, an interesting design here, but we'll see how well they can use that. And oh, that's a win to GNC, mostly through push action. Very decisive victory, though.
Next to the arena, can we please have F3 and Iceberg? Is that another one of yours, Sean? Okay. We'll skip that then. Surprise Feather Mucker and Stack Overflow.
So currently in the box we have Stack Overflow. Of course, we've seen Stack Overflow fight so far once, and now just placed in orange we have Surprise Feather Mucker. I'm only going to be referring to it as Surprise to appease anybody who might be watching this. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, fight! Stack Overflow moving out, but Surprise is spinning up very fast here. Surprise, of course, just driving over the top of Stack Overflow attempting to use its gripper here to try and push Surprise out. Might be able to do it. Surprise seems to be currently immobilized, and it looks like Stack Overflow will definitely capitalize on this and give a very solid win to Stack Overflow. Is Gordon, how's Gordon doing? Okay, Gordon's just being put together. I think we'll see him next in the next fight. So approaching the battle box now, we have Gordon, and you can shove your 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine. That is. Yeah, what a fantastic name. We're having some very interesting names here. I'm pretty sure a lot of these are done entirely to spite Gus. Unfortunately, this backfires because all of these names are massively long to pronounce, and I just end up shortening them. Of course, Gordon on the rear end of some technical difficulties, mostly the battery charge. He appears to have sorted that out now. Oh, I think we have Gordon now. Okay, Gordon. We have Gordon. You can shove your 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine. The robots are ready to fight. We got some massive area denial going on in this next fight, and potentially high angle probability.
Looks like Gordon's spinning. This will be an interesting one. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, fight!
Sun Don't Shine is getting up. Oh, a very, very rapid win to you can shove your 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine. Seconds on the clock there. 3 seconds. Yeah, definitely the shortest fight we've seen today.
Okay, the next fight. Fragile was too heavy, so I bought Sev's Undercutter instead versus Peekaboo.
That is Sev's Undercutter and Peekaboo. If you could please make your way to the battle box. It was Sev's Undercutter, yep. The judges are being bribed. These are fantastic cookies.
This is not a bribe from Thomas Weatherly.
Might not be a bribe to you, but it's a bribe to me.
We just need to know the hardcore ones. We can sort of split decision.
Fortunately, I'm not a judge. Probably.
We got the fights, please. Yep, we have Sev's Undercutter and Peekaboo to the arena, please.
Just for everybody watching on the whoa, getting a bit of feedback there. Perhaps not. Mark, you're watching on the stream. Is the sound working now?
We're still waiting on those fighters to show up. So we got Sev's Undercutter and Peekaboo, please.
Both robots are now in the battle box.
Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, fight.
Okay, Sev's Undercutter very quickly spinning up. Meanwhile, Peekaboo gets very close to the Undercutter. The Undercutter not managing to do any real in front of Peekaboo just yet. But Peekaboo is to get underneath the Undercutter, but can't quite leverage it to get it out of the arena. Both robots sizing each other up here. Oh, a little bit of a chip out of the left-hand side of Peekaboo's scoop there. Sev's Undercutter trying to get in, but not quite getting in and doing a significant damage. Of course, this will be an interesting fight. Whoa, and that is Sev's Undercutter on its side. I believe the judges will be starting a countdown for immobility anytime now.
Iceberg. So we have F3, which was finished about 5 minutes before fight started, versus Iceberg, quite a known quantity in Antweights, known for being quite destructive. This will be a fun one. Roboteers, are you ready? F3 on its face immediately. We'll try again. Are you ready?
Yes, and confirmation from the Roboteers now.
Three, two, one,
fight! Both robots spinning up at about the same time there. F3 jiggling a lot. I do not trust that vertical stand. That's a chunk out of F3 being taken out. Oh, and that looks like it's a very decisive win there. F3 losing to the floor there, completely in two pieces.
Next up, we'll have This May or May Not Be the Horizontal I Intended to Bring and Ramstein. Do you need a few minutes? Okay, instead we'll have Junk in the Trunk and Hug E. That's Junk in the Trunk and Hug E to the arena, please. Yeah, give him a clap.
Some clapping there, some clapping there. Is that to Junk in the Trunk or Hug E? So, next up, just while we clean the arena, we've got Junk in the Trunk, which I believe is the one closest in red. And further away, we've got Hug E, which is definitely a pun on huge. You can tell by the way it works. It's pretty fond of hugs.
That is a brilliant use of the infinite volume.
Yeah, I'm liking to see these massive robots this tournament.
Roboteers, are you ready?
Both Roboteers.
Three, two, one, fight.
Hug E getting in and very quickly controlling Junk in the Trunk. Junk in the Trunk managing to get out underneath the arms of Hug E, though. Hug E trying to get under. Now, we might not be able to see from a viewpoint. Oh, and we've got Junk in the Trunk simply moved away by Hug E. That is... I think I'd place that one quite high in my bookies ratings if I could.
That was incredible. Absolutely textbook the way that robot was supposed to work. Next up, we will have Ramstein, and This May or May Not Be the Horizontal I Intended to Bring.
Ramstein now in the box, being placed closest to the camera, and This May or May Not Be the Horizontal I Intended to Bring, being powered up and placed far from the camera.
Roboteers, are you ready? Once you stop moving. You ready? Both ready. Three, two, one, activate.
Ramstein very quickly getting over to This May or May Not Be the Horizontal I Intended to Bring, who I'm just going to refer to as Horizontal for the rest of this fight, and pushing it out, and there we go. Didn't need to talk about the rest of the fight because that is a very clear win to Ramstein.
Next up, can we please have You Can Shove Your 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine and Every builder's worst nightmare. This might be two gigantic robots fighting each other. It is! Hey!
A lot of abuse of the new rule that completely gets rid of the rule of the 4-inch cube. And we're about to see that in action with these two huge robots. Is that balsa wood? That's balsa wood. Okay, well, I'm not sure how well this one's going to go, but against the spinner, I'd be a little bit concerned. Yeah, judges, get ready for this one. Everybody using this as a photo opportunity. The large robots in the arena. Roboteers, are you ready?
Ready?
Roboteers, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes? No? Maybe? Good. Excellent.
3, 2, 1,
fight! Both you. Oh, both robots, massive. They appear to be using very similar tires, very similar wheels. They appear to have very similar drivetrains. Both robots equally matched. An unmovable force, an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. Which one will go into the pit? Either of them? Can either of them fit into the pit? We'll find out at the thrilling conclusion of this 3-minute, which is surely how long it's going to last. Both robots going full force. Oh, a little bit of slip there from 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine. Meanwhile, every builder's worst nightmare. Oh, every builder's worst nightmare pushed back. Does it really matter? Because neither of them can go in the pit? No, it doesn't. But they're going against each other with full force like the true roboteers they are, giving us a great show. Robots drilling backwards and forwards. Oh, there's a little bit of contact forced backwards and forwards. Is this gripping? Are we calling pinning on this? I don't know. I can't tell. This is we're being asked if this counts as entanglement. I'm not entirely certain at this point. Both robots just sort of flapping into each other. You know, oh my. Oh, it would appear that every builder's worst nightmare has managed to get on top of you can shove your 4-inch cube where the sun don't shine. Does this matter? Probably not, because both robots are both huge and impeding each other's driving. Unless, of course, sun don't shine can manage to get every builder's worst nightmare into the pit, but of course it can't move side to side. You know, if it had the Meccanum wheels, maybe it would be more successful here. Of course, then it wouldn't have the weight to make that massive sort of square around it. It's kind of like a force field, but made of plastic. Oh, both, yep. It would appear that every builder's worst nightmare is a little closer to the edge, but then again, we've seen it about this close to the edge before. We've only got 53 seconds left on this fight. Will it go the full circle? Take your bets, everybody. I think it will. 3 minutes. Both robots are attempting to leverage each other. I'm actually watching both fighters here just use one hand to push one stick of their controllers forward. Neither of them seem particularly invested in any kind of tactical play, but every builder's worst nightmare is edging closer to that pit. However, they only have 24 seconds left, and I'm really not sure we're going to see them off the edge. We're being asked whether or not the outer square of plastic, if that touches the floor, does that count as a pit? I think it does under these rule sets, but we haven't actually seen it occur yet. 4, 3, 2, 1, cease. That is the end of the fight, and of course it goes over to judges' decisions.
Right. Thomas Weatherly, do you want heads or tails?
Judges are deliberating here.
Orange cube was close to touching the bottom.
The deciding factor here appears to be.
Okay, so we've come to a decision, and because 4-inch cube was almost touching the bottom of the pit, it loses.
I'd like to say that was a good fight by both competitors, but really they were just driving forward for the entire 3 minutes. So,
Your winner is every builder's worst nightmare.
Every builder's worst nightmare is the winner. You know, I think... Oh.
Next, can we have Kaizo and Filippi, please?
Two control flippers. This should be a very interesting fight. You know, I think that was the first time I've ever seen balsa wood successfully deployed in a battle box.
Coming into the arena, we've got Kaizo and Filippi. Almost ready.
Kaizo and Flippy. We have a fairly well-practiced robot here in Flippy versus a relatively new entrance to the... in Kaizo, opposed to a relatively new entrance into the sport with Flippy here. This will be the ultimate battle of the flippers. Some issues with Kaizo, it appears. Kaizo just attempting to repair it. Mechanism, do you need any more time?
Amazing.
Looks like we're having some temperamental power switch action from Kaizo.
Okay, we'll switch to Danger Cone versus a Duckling.
It's Danger Cone and Duckling, replacing Kaizo and Flippy due to Kaizo's temperamental power switch. Danger Cone and Duckling, if you could please make your ways to the battle box. Your time has come. It is the ultimate fight. Duckling, Danger Cone. Who will win? This, of course, is going to be quite interesting, as Danger Cone obviously is a very dangerous cone, but Flippy, not Flippy, that's the last one. Duckling, yeah. Duckling is quite slim, so Duckling will be able to navigate under Danger Cone. We'll find out. Roboteers, are you ready? Roboteers very enthusiastically ready. The other Roboteers could do to hear from this. 3, 2, 1, fight! Danger Cone spinning up. Duckling Duckling losing one of its ears. Will this affect its self-righting ability? We're not entirely certain. Danger Cone doing its thing, sort of spinning, navigating around Duckling there. Oh, Duckling trying to get Danger Cone out the edge. Maybe if they can control this well enough, they'll be able to do that, and they have. That was a very decisive win to Duckling. Danger Cone off the edge. That was Duckling. Kaizo, are you feeling more prepared? 1 more minute, perhaps. Yeah, no, I think, well, we can go for Panther K versus Panther and Slipper. Okay, could Panther and Slipper please approach the battle box? That is Panther and Slipper. Cry about it. side, is it colon parentheses or smiley face? It was like constantly referred to between the different names. Yeah, well, that's how it first was introduced, and then we realized that non-verbal names were a terrible idea. That's great, actually. I love that. Both roboteers preparing themselves for the box. I believe that's Slipper just gone in and Pantherk going in closer. This is Pantherk on the left here, yeah? Nice. So Pantherk closer to the camera, and at the far side we have Slipper. Are you ready? 3,
2, 1, fight.
Whoa, that was unexpectedly fast from Slipper there, getting in. Of course, Pantherk appears to have a four-wheel drive, but those forks on the front are definitely very well invertible. I think we've seen a lot of non-invertible fighters this round so far, so it's quite refreshing to see that. Both robots getting quite close to each other, despite those forks being trailing along the ground, actually appears to be getting underneath, ending up on top of Slipper quite easily. I don't know what Slipper's doing there to get underneath Pantherk so easily, but it's definitely working well. Now, here I would have kind of expected to see them sizing each other up, but they appear to have just gone straight at it, very rapidly trying to get each other out of the box. Slipper, obviously, attempting to jump Pantherk out of the arena. Oh, Pantherk is on the side, and that is a win to Slipper.
Okay, is Kaizo ready? Kaizo is ready. We'll have Kaizo and Flippy to the arena, please.
Kaizo and Flippy. Once again, back to the fight between two Flippers.
Yeah.
Is this Flippy swapping out some part? Or Flippy's dropped a part? Flippy, oh, it's Flippy's mini-bot. Are you joking?
Yeah, it is Flippy's mini-bot. It's not active, so it's more like a projectile because she puts it inside the robot and deploys it during the fight.
Very interesting indeed. I think this is the first time I've seen a mini-bot at Antweight weight.
Well, it's not really a mini-bot.
Well, yeah.
It's more like Caltrops. Okay, Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, fight!
It's Flippy, very quickly unrighting itself, and it's dropped something there on the arena. Not entirely certain if that's one of those deployable things or not. Oh, a very solid flip from that very powerful two-servo flipper that is Kaizo. And the win, of course, goes to Kaizo.
Next up, we'll have Underbite and Petrify.
Underbite and Petrify, please make your way to the battle box.
Following that will be Croc and Sorkan.
That'll be really interesting. I like Croc. Mr. Predator. Yeah. Okay, so in the far side of the arena we have Underbite, and in the close side we have Petrify. Roboteers, are you ready?
3, 2, 1, fight!
Whoa. A little slow to the center of the it appears that Petrify hand on capturing Underbite here. Underbite trying to use what appears to be a sort of very grippy under selection mechanism, and that is, of course, the win to Petrify. So this one will be Croc versus Sorkon. This will be a very interesting fight because Sorkon has that very powerful and honestly quite feared over-spinning bar cutter. And Croc does not look massively well protected on the top. But of course, both of their lines are sort of horizontal, so we'll see whether or not they can land a solid hit. Roboteers, are you ready? It's a yes from the Roboteers. 3, 2, 1, fight! Whoa, Croc, what a speed from there. Getting in immediately, taking a chunk of damage from Sorkon in its downward position. Sorkon going for that spinning hit, not quite managing to touch down. Sorkon using its spinner to flip itself the right way up. Croc, though, is just very fast, causing some issues for Sorkon to actually make contact here. Whoa, that's a solid hit from Sorkon, but not managing to do any significant damage to Croc's crocking mechanism. Croc going around, attempting to get a grip on the side of Sorkon. Of course, that is probably the only parts of Sorkon you can touch without doing any damage. Sorkon again managing to do a hit on the front of Croc, but not quite hitting, breaking anything. Croc still appears to be in full control of its gripping mechanism and its movement, although I'm uncertain about that first part now because I haven't seen it grip, and it's on the edge! Sorkon very delicately pushing Croc out of the arena, doing a little victory dance. That is a definitive win to Sorkon. Next up, could Predator, and Fragile was too heavy, so I bought Sev's Undercutter instead. Please make your way to the arena. That is Predator, and Fragile was too heavy, so I bought Sev's Undercutter instead.
What a great name.
It's a great name. I feel like I'm in an airport. You know, like, please make your way to the departure lounge now. Loaded and unloaded bots must please prepare and pass boarding initially. No, the white zone. What a class. I need some more. That is Predator, and Fragile was too heavy, so I bought Sev's Undercutter instead. Box. Both of them are already there. I'm just saying this to announce it to you guys, so you know what's happening next. Predator now in the box, of course, with that amazing hidden sort of mechanism, which if you're just tuning in now, you won't have seen. So get ready, keep an eye on Predator at the beginning. Meanwhile, Sev's Undercutter is now lined up at the far side of the box. Roboteers, are you ready? That's a yes from the Roboteers. 3, 2, 1, fight! Predator immediately unfolding and trying to get underneath Sev's Undercutter. Sev's Undercutter doing a solid amount of damage. Predator on the edge, and that is the win to Sev's Undercutter. Blimey, that was a 9-second fight, folks. 9 seconds.
Okay, folks, at 1 o'clock we'll be taking a break for lunch, so in about 40 minutes.
40 minutes left of this particular set of fights, and then we'll be having lunch. I don't know about you, but I think I'm going to buy sushi. We're seeing a serious amount of damage here from Sorkon to Croc, just barely skimming the batteries. We almost had a lipo fire on our hands. Now, wouldn't have that been interesting?
The next fight, Croculus Drift and Skyhook, please.
That is Croculus Drift, and Skyhook. That is Skyhook. Please make your ways to the battle box. This is going to be a very interesting fight because Croculus Drift, as you can tell, is basically just an RC car here, painted green. And Skyhook has a very interesting rear unfolding horizontal spinner. Roboteers, are you ready? We have a yes from the Roboteers. A tentative yes. 3, 2, 1, fight! Skyhook unfolding, but not really unfolding the full way. Are we having some issues from Croculus here? Croculus is being counted out by
10,
the authorities.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that was a very, very poor show we're seeing there, but sometimes it happens.
For the next fight, we will have Peekaboo and PLA, please. Couple more minutes on PLA. Okay, we'll move to the next fight, Mini Beast and Pony Kit to the arena, please.
Mini Beast and Pony Kit, please make your ways to the arena. Is this Mini Beast coming on now? Nice. Mini Beast is now in the arena. Look at the forward forks on that thing.
Can we have Pony Kit to the arena, please? Ben and Sean.
Ben and Sean being
Ben
called
and
out.
Sean. Benjamin Hassan. Ben.
And in the end, it took Dave going over and shouting the words Pony Kid. They're fiddling with it. Is standing up.
Okay, we'll move on.
Shall we move on? It looks like they're almost done. I'm hearing beeps, I'm hearing boops, but am I seeing a robot? Noops. This is Improv with Blaze. One half of Pony Kit preparing itself. This is half a pony. It's a bit more of a pantomime pony. Now, I've been to the Nag's Head a few times, but not quite in this manner.
Here comes.
Swap them out with light. Okay, both robots, well, all three robots are in the arena. That is Mini Beast far away on the far side, and Pony Kit, the cluster bot, on the close side. Roboteers, are you ready? Excellent. 3, 2, 1, fight! And immediately Pony Kit, or half of Pony Kit, is upside down. But again, they'll probably be going for the tactics of longest survival against Mini Beast. We have seen another flipper attempting to deal with Pony Kit in this sort of very split configuration. Oh, and it looks like maybe Pony Kit are going to be able to push Mini Beast if the other one... Oh, we can hear Ben driving one half of Pony Kit there, being asked to go in and help push Mini Beast out, but not quite getting there in time. Mini Beast doing its best job to control and push Pony Kit out of the arena. This is, very close to the edge, not quite falling in. That's a few times now that Pony Kit could have capitalized on that close to the arena edge positioning of Mini Beast, but didn't quite have the coordination to do it. Pony Kit now on top of Mini Beast, but not quite getting pushed out in full. Only one is down, the other one jumping about, and that is the win to Mini Beast. A very, very interesting fight indeed. The look of the smile on that driver's face is very wide. Good to see people happy about a win. Well-deserved win indeed.
Next up, can we please have Peekaboo and PLA?
That is PLA-ST is a perfectly legitimate choice of material, and Peekaboo to the battle box, please. This is a full disclaimer from the organizers of the event. Apparently, PLA-ST is legitimate, but sucks. Bear with us while we adjust the audio solution here in the arena. pump up the volume. It's time to hit the jam.
We have Peekaboo and PLAST is a perfectly legitimate choice of material in the arena now. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, fight!
Peekaboo very quickly getting over, of course. PLAST is more of a tactical robot, but then again, Peekaboo is also a lifter, so both of them will be attempting to work out what strategy to use against each other. It would appear that Peekaboo settled on attempting to get under the right-hand side of PLAST. Now, PLAST, being a mechanism-driven robot, needs all of its wheels on the floor at once in order to function properly. So Peekaboo might be trying to capitalize on this, but at the moment, it mostly appears to be attempting to not be on its side. This is a very interesting and rare drive combination from Peekaboo, but not quite seeing it used there. Peekaboo once again upside down, but not maintaining it. I'm not sure if this is PLA, and PLA is very easily pushed out the side. Again, this is one of the issues with mechanism drives.
Your winner is Peekaboo. Next up, can we have Delta V and upgraded for the Roboteers' pleasure, please?
Delta V and upgraded for the Roboteers' pleasure. Please make your way to the battle box. Delta V and upgraded for the Roboteers' pleasure. Please make your way to the battle box. This is Delta V, yeah. Delta V is currently in the box. We're just waiting on upgraded for the Roboteers' pleasure. Small health and safety notice there. Make sure your doors are closed before you spin up your robots. Upgraded for the Roboteers' pleasure. Please know that measure once, cut twice, and self-destructor. You will be up after this fight, so please prepare your robots if you can. That is measure once, cut twice, and self-destructor.
Following that fight will be Junk in the Trunk and Croculus Drift. But right now we've got Delta V and upgraded for the Roboteers' pleasure, both in the arena.
Ah, the flipper that's definitely more of a capture bot. I don't understand. What do we call this?
It's a bit of biscuit lid.
Biscuit. Capture bot or biscuit lid.
James, what was in that box before you cut it open? What was in that box?
Croissant.
Oh, croissants!
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh,
So
now
we-
Blaze must commentate this next fight in a French accent.
I'm not going to attempt to do that, but I will refer to this as croissant technique.
Roboteers, are you ready?
3, 2, 1, fight! The croissant technique is raised high. Meanwhile, Delta V going in for the spin. Oh, and that is the end of the croissant box. It's merciless in its destruction, tearing through it. But can the robot use it to its advantage? It would appear that that upgraded is using that very much to its advantage with its slightly more powerful drivetrain by the looks of things. Meanwhile, Delta V is just trying to get into a position where it can use that vertical spinner, which very cleanly cut through the croissant box at the beginning of the fight. He looks like he's going for the other side of the box, or maybe he's just trying to use it to do some vague damage. That croissant technique not quite managing to capture Delta V as would have been planned. I think it's got a little too much weight behind it. Oh, but not enough weight to stop it getting kicked into the air by Delta V there. Delta V very much living up to its name. Delta V revving up again, trying to get another sure clip on the front of upgraded. Upgraded, just sort of trying to push Delta V, but not really having enough power to push it towards the pits. Delta V attempting to push itself out of the corners, but not really sustaining against that drivetrain. Oh! Oh, that's 2 smashing hits from Delta V there, really living up to its name. Can we get it into orbit? That's what I'm wondering. And that's another solid tear through the Croissant box. It's very truly torn to pieces now. Croissant technique does not appear to be strong, although that... Oh, what a turnaround! That is the win to Upgraded for the Roboteer's pleasure. What a fight, what a fight.
Next up will be Measure Once, Cut Twice, and Self-Destructor.
I'll never doubt the efficiency of Croissant boxes again. This is Measure Once, Cut Twice, and Self-Destructor. Roboteers have already said they're ready. 3, 2, 1, fight. Both robots spinning up. They're, of course, both sort of barrel spinners, although Measure Once has got a much thinner barrel, and it looks like Self-Destructor's lost a wheel, and oh no, what a crying shame. Measure Once, Cut Twice drives off, and the win to a wheelless Self-Destructor.
Next up, Junk in the Trunk and Croculus Drift, followed by Spotty Botty and Delta V again? No, we'll skip that one. Okay, Junk in the Trunk versus Croculus Drift, followed by Flippy and Slipper, followed by High Five and GNC.
That is Junk in the Trunk and Croculus Drift. If you could both make your way to the battle box, please. Door, yeah. Ben, yeah, while you're there, Ben, the door. Thanks. There are the sets. The sets, like, he's looking for a box with a bunch of stuff. Croculus Drift, testing out its forward drive, testing out its rear drive. It is, of course, functioning this round. Last round it had a few issues and the fight was panned. Meanwhile, Junk in the Trunk is prepared and ready to rumble, it seems. Roboteers, are you ready? Okay, I think we're good. 3, 2, 1, fight. Man, Croculus Drift living up to its name and spinning around already. Meanwhile, Junk in the Trunk proving very effective at getting underneath Croculus. Can Junk in the Trunk push Croculus out from the other side? I think that'll be their strategy for the rest of this fight. Croculus appears to be struggling with its rear drive, and it's out and over the edge. A very clear win to Junk in the Trunk. Meanwhile, I can see over there somebody's messing with a croissant tray. Perhaps they're planning on upgrading something for another fight. Oh my. Yeah, we'll have a show this to the camera here. It's sort of fallen into a large section, although I hadn't noticed your acetate under there. That's very sneaky. I'm seeing now how effective it could be. Okay, next up, I believe we have Flippy and Slippy. Up to the arena, please. Oh, sorry, Slipper. Oh. Flippy and Slipper. Flippy and Slipper, please make your way to the arena and prepare to fight.
Following Flippy and Slipper will be High Five and GNC. Thunderer, this may or may not be the horizontal I intend to bring. Smashy and Nicey versus Underbite.
Here we have two flipper robots in this next fight. Should be interesting. These ones either go very quick or turn into battles of wits. So we'll see which way it goes. Roboteers, are you ready? Awesome. 3, 2, 1, fight! That's Flippy getting out very quick. Meanwhile, Slipper is just getting in underneath. We've seen before that Slipper has an amazing ability to get underneath other robots. I'm not entirely sure what's lending to that, but it appears to be very well made for that particular task. And it used it to its advantage and slipped Flippy out of the arena. Very, very nicely done. Win to Slipper. Next up, we have High Five and GNC. If High Five and GNC could make their way to the battle box. They're not utilizing it fully. High Five trying to push GNC out. Of course, the problem with High Five is as soon as those two front wheels get high-railed, it just can't quite have the traction that it has when it's got all four of them down. But now it's got them down and GNC is on its side. It could be able to use this to its advantage. High Five attempting to push GNC towards the pit. Oh! High Five drives towards the edge, and that is the win to GNC. That, a reasonable fight. Good fight from both participants on that side. And they are now shaking hands, as is the way. Next up, I believe we have Thunderer versus this may or may not be the horizontal eye intended to bring. So could Thunderer and this may or may not be the horizontal eye intended to bring please make their way to the arena? Yeah. Really sneaky. I'm okay actually. I've also been drinking the water because I need to cycle. Yeah. I know there's a bee in here. Gus, there's a bee in the room. It might go into the battle box. Please bear with us while your commentators and judges rehydrate themselves. Everybody enjoying the fights today? Excellent, excellent. Anybody want to chant the name of the robot they think's going to win? Come on. Who do you think's going to win? Thunderer. We got Thunderer. One shout for Thunderer. That one. Okay. Perfectly engaged audience today, ladies and gentlemen.
Roboteers, are you ready?
3, 2, 1, fight! Both robots spinning up now. The horizontal that they intended to bring, taking a very massive hit onto Thunderer. Whoa! Thunderer thundering around the box here. I believe has lost one of its wheels. Can it move as it got motion, or is that the horizontal intended to bring that has lost its wheel? But all robots seem to be moving. That's not being counted out, and a robot has tapped out.
You need to remember that in the SCAR rule set, as long as a robot is moving at all, it is still in the fight. Doesn't matter if it can't move out of its circumference.
Of course, yes, the rules have changed. But we have had a tap out, and that puts the win to Thunderer, I believe, right? Yeah. Because that's a rule change that just isn't there in your rules, and I'm like reading it like, so that's a different one, but it's just not there.
No, it's there.
Oh, is it? Yes, oh, shoot.
you move at all, the count resets. There's nothing in there about circumference. Yeah, you don't want to get red.
The bees rule is very distracting. There was one in here, but it's gone now.
The next fight is Smashy and Nicey versus Underbite. The following fight will be Sky Mini Beast, followed by Virion and Pantherk.
That is Smashy and Nicey and Underbite. If you could make your way to the arena, please.
I do have a spare floor, but don't think we really need it.
Yeah. It depends on how much Sorcon's going to be in there in the near future.
Yeah.
Have you won or what? I can't. You won one and lost one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still going to be in. Okay, so closer to the camera, we have what I can only assume is Smashy and Nicey. Don't know which is which, but, you know, they're there. And on the far side, we have Underbite. I cannot see that from here. Let's Smashy and Nicey. I'll just interchangeably use the names. Roboteers, are you ready? We've got 3 yeses, 3 robots. 3, 2, 1, fight!